A very good afternoon, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. And let us cover the issue of Emmerson Mnangagwa trying to cover up for Wikino Chivhayo. This is something very important, and we continue to take a look critically. Take a look onto this story. I think we talked about it at a certain point in time, but we need to put an emphasis on it because there are facts which are coming out which are very important and critical at this point in time to consider. What is happening is in 2021, Nick Mangwana told the Zimbabwean people about goods which were distributed across Zimbabwe, and this is the same contract irikupuwa mhosva mchinda anonzi Moses Mpofu. So this is the same issue irikunzi Moses Mpofu akaba. This is the same issue yakanzi na Nick Mangwana akadeliver mbudzi. It was reported in 2019, and we had not asked for that information when it was given. So this is the information right there on the screen, where they are saying that people who benefited, they include those with disabilities, child-headed families, the elderly, widows, youths, and orphans. These are the people who benefited in this scheme. 35,000 bags and over 590,000 doses were distributed. This was directly from Nick Mangwana himself, and the assignment was 3 per each chief and 2 for each headman. So 1 for each village head, and this is what happened right there. And this is a presidential goat pass-on scheme, where 635,000 goats were distributed in all provinces. And right now, we have a different information from Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, which is coming out and which is critical at this point in time, very important at this point in time, because we need to take a look onto this whole thing critically. Let us go to a platform where we will see the more detailed report from Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, saying that they are investigating the same thing and saying that they are giving us a different view of everything altogether. So this is something very important for us to note that this is it. This is the same scheme right here, which is now reported. The presidential goat scheme, Lands Ministry was ready to buy goats worth 87 million for ZANPF rural areas outreach. Now, company awarded contract is accused of money laundering following collapse of the deal. ZACC poised to arrest associates Moses Mpofu and Mike Chimombe. We are now being told that these people, they are now facing arrest simply because of Wikino Chivhayo's stories which are coming out, where these young men are believed to be at the center of everything, or at the epicenter of exposing Wikino Chivhayo. So we are not going to shift our attention from Chivhayo. We will not do that, because Wikino Chivhayo is our prime suspect. Yes, the information available is very critical for us to take a look on Moses Mpofu as well as Mike Chimombe as well as criminals again, but we are not going to remove our eyes on the men akachibata kuti Dzviii, because ipo pachakabatwa kuti Dzviii papo ndipo pane nyaya yese. So if you read this memo, which is copied to the acting general manager investigations, it points out that something happened, and mara now badarwa yakakwana. But I'm going to explain the reason why we have this one, because a lot of people need answers. This money was distributed, goats were distributed. This is something I can authoritatively tell you. Money was distributed, 85 million, goats were also distributed. But they want to cover this story up, and they want to pretend as if 87 million was not paid. So right now they are saying there was no delivery of goats, but 7 million was paid. So let us go and see what is right here. What is right here? To get a reconciliation of the total number of goats delivered to date to the Ministry of Lands by Black Deck, the Ministry of Lands indicated that the information had been compiled, and they are now waiting for the PEM6 authority to release the documentary exhibits on Monday, 10 June 2024. So this is what is outstanding right here. But there is something which is very important here. The statement which is here: further investigations established that on 21 April 2022 and 21 June 2022, the Ministry of Lands transferred, this is in 901,294,200 and also 698,705 800 respectively to Black Deck bank account number 161,26,120 towards the supply and delivery of the said goods. The total amount transferred by the Ministry of Lands to Black Deck to date is 1.6 billion Zimbabwean dollars, or 7.712. So this is 7.7 million which was paid out of 85 million agreed. So this is something very important to note. Kuti ndo pane nyaya yese ipapa, ndo pane nyaya yese. So you'd see that these people, they are trying to evade. They want to double, to scale down, to act as if 85 million was not paid, so as to make the public happy. But the truth is 85 meter yakaenda ende mbudzi dzodzo dziri kunzi hadzina kudeliverwa. But Nick Mangwana gave a report yekuti mbudzi dzodzo dzakasvika, which means this corruption is not corruption iri kuitwa nana Mike Mpofu tufishi tudiki. Corruption inotori nevakuru the same people vakaba mari dzenasa vakazonzvenga nyaya dzacho idzodzo are the same people vakaba mari 85 million again. Mari yakadyiwa iyi yakaenda zvinonzi yakaenda ichidi shona, I'm forgetting that term kuti what do they say, but this is what is happening at this point in time, and it's interesting moments ahead for the people of Zimbabwe. Things are not going to end well. For those who believe kuti ZANU-PF will escape this nonsense and this madness, forget and smile. One day the people of Zimbabwe shall hold these leaders to account for their crimes, because they are criminals. They are looting, they are stealing from us, and they pretend as if everything is okay when things are not moving in the right direction. So we need answers. Nick Mangwana must come and explain what happened when they released this statement that the goods were delivered. And right now we are being told a different story. We need to understand what really happened and what really transpired, because it's not an easy issue. It's not an issue which they will simply sweep it under the carpet and it will die just like that. This is the reason why we are doing this, so that we have digital footprints of everything and anything which they are doing, which means their shenanigans are known, and it's time for the people of Zimbabwe to hold them accountable.